Welcome. This video is about how to know if your relationship is worth saving. There are 4 signs to look out for this, so please stay tuned to this video. Welcome to the SCG Show, the home of education entertainment. And if you are new here, welcome to the channel. Please don't forget to hit the like button, please subscribe, and also hit the bell notification so you do not miss any of these videos. It is widely known that most marriages end in divorce these days. And at the first sign of adversity, couples just give up and throw in the towel and move on. Once that honeymoon period is well and truly over and the reality of being in a relationship which is difficult kicks in, some couples just choose to split because it's the easier option. They genuinely believe that it is easier, simpler and better to just start all over again with somebody else, go back on the dating scene and start again, only to then repeat the process all over with somebody else. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over, but expecting somehow different results. This video is about doing the opposite of that and having faith that it can get better. Relationships are tough, especially when you move in together. You have a mortgage and rent. You have children, business issues. You lose your job, health problems, God forbid, drama, stress, you name it. The matter of fact is, you are a team, and you should remain a team. If your partner is narcissistic, abusive, toxic, well, that's a whole different story. Most likely, hopefully, they're not, but if they are, I recommend researching the red flags to look out for when in a relationship. And please be careful and safe. However, it is largely possible you're just going through a little bit of a rough patch. Maybe you're growing tired of each other, a little bored, perhaps you're clashing over minor things, you can't resolve it. There are plenty of different scenarios where your relationship has unfortunately gone a little bit too sour. That is okay and completely normal. The whole reason behind this video is hopefully to inspire you to turn it around for the better. I want you, whilst watching this, to please have an open mind and be positive. Not all relationships can be saved. When a line has been crossed, such as cheating, stealing, violence and abuse, there's no going back. But if none of that applies to you, here are the 4 ways or signs to look out for that you can save and fix your relationship. Number 1. You have fun together. The couples who laugh together stay together. I remember my father asking a friend who was thinking about breaking up with her boyfriend a quite simple question a few years back, and he just said to her, does he make you smile? Does he make you laugh? He did, and she did a complete U-turn, and now they're happily married with kids for many, many years. Way to go, Daddy-O. Whilst this is not the main reason to know if your relationship is worth saving, it could be your springboard for recovery. If you have nothing in common, you don't like each other, it's so easy to break up and run for the hills, especially to somebody else. But if your partner's like your best friend, you can certainly salvage something. Some people believe in soulmates, and others don't at all. Some people believe in the one, others don't at all. Personally, I side more with the latter type of thinking. Labeling somebody the one or the love of my life is putting somebody on a pedestal. Whilst I'm sure they are a wonderful person, you may really love them, ultimately, do you actually have fun with them or not? Are you able to just enjoy watching Netflix together and have an amazing time? Or go for a drive? Or go for a walk? Or is that a fun activity? Or when you're around them, do you find yourself smiling a lot and joyful? This means there's a good connection with each other. What is the point in breaking up with them and settling for somebody who is dull and boring? Someone who feels like a drag rather than a comic relief? Someone who cannot let their hair down and just enjoy the stuff that you enjoy? Sounds worse, doesn't it? A good idea is to make a list of the things that you do together. They could be hobbies, activities, and even boring, dull tasks. And ask yourself the following question. Do we have fun together when we do these things? If the answer is yes, use that as your inspiration to turn things around. If anything, spend more time doing fun things together. Also, tell your partner how much fun you have with them doing these things as well. Number 2, you're on the same page. Another especially important sign you should consider saving the relationship is that you're on the same page about what you want. Now, this can mean any of the following. You both want to be married. You both want to have kids. You both want to live together. You both want to travel together, want to work together, whatever. Whatever your relationship goals are, if you're on the very same page, That is a very good thing. I remember when I asked a former ex-girlfriend of mine to rent an apartment with me. I wanted to try what it was like living with her first before thinking about marriage or anything like that. She refused and insisted, no, let's get married first, we can sort all of that out afterwards. Sorry, that's not how I roll. That conversation let our relationship spiral completely out of control, and ultimately, I just knew we were never really on the same wavelength, aka the same page. I decided to walk away, move on, and she did eventually. Last I heard of her, she was still single, expecting to get married on her terms, and I just wish her nothing but the best of luck. However, if you're on the same page and can compromise and find it easy to make decisions together, please make your relationship work. These relationships are wonderful because you're a team instead of individuals. You are on your way to better days, even if things seem very dark. You are holding hands and driving off into the sunset to happiness together. My advice would be to sit down, talk over your goals. Schedule a conversation and have a conversation with your partner. Ask them if they're happy to discuss the future. Evaluate your goals. Maybe they've changed. Maybe they want to go to the next level or you don't, or vice versa. Communication here is key, especially the right kind. You want to both know what the right course of action is. You may even discover your partner is no longer on the same page as you were anymore for whatever reason. That is why you must make 100% sure you're on the very same page and try to save your relationship. Number 3. Most likely you've been through worse. Now, something I've noticed with couples is they will go through the absolute wars of difficult times together. But when it comes to other stuff that get a little bit difficult, they want to split, they want to break up. For example, they'll experience the worst kind of stress, drama, they'll lose jobs, they'll have health issues, God forbid, and stuff like that, and they'll stick together. Yet the most minor, minuscule, stupid things will get them to break up. It is so bizarre, but happens all the time. Life is always going to be full of storms, but also full of rainbows. My point being is if you took a step back and evaluated your relationship and realized that you've come through dark times together still, well, hey, that's an amazing sign. That is a sign of a strong bond and a good, healthy relationship. If you weathered the inevitable storm that life is going to throw us and are still standing tall and together, guess what? Please keep going. Why give up when you've already been through so much? What if I was to tell you things would just be plain sailing because you've endured so much already? Would you keep going? Do you not realize that life's trials and tribulations have only actually brought you and your partner closer together? I remember a couple who sadly lost their baby due to a pregnancy complication, and as a result of that, they actually thought, let's just break up. It was traumatic and an absolutely awful time for the pair of them. Luckily, they have brought into this world just recently a beautiful baby boy, and they are happier than ever before. They could have split up. They could have thrown in the towel. They could have said, let's just leave it and move on. It's never going to happen. I need to be with somebody else. But they chose not to. They loved each other. They stayed together. And their love and bond and connection is better and stronger than ever. Realize that you've been through worse together, and the minor things are just minor things. Do not sweat the small stuff. And number 4, you're at your best when you're with them. My father taught me this little nugget of wisdom just last year, believe it or not. And he said to me, if you are at your best with your partner, then they are the best for you. What a true statement when it comes to relationships. Now, what that basically means is if you find yourself calm, confident, happy, and the real best, greatest version of yourself, especially around your partner, then they are having a positive influence on you. If, however, you are grumpy, angry, miserable, annoyed, low energy, more negative, more stressed, especially around your partner, that's not a good sign at all. But if you maturely and rationally reflect on your relationship to see that mostly you are a better person when you're in their company, please try your best to salvage your relationship. You can even ask your partner the exact same question. Say to them, how do you feel around me? Do I bring the best out of you? Ultimately, as I said at the very, very beginning of this video, most people give up at the first sign of difficulty with not just relationships, but with their career, with studies, with businesses, with losing weight, with getting into shape, almost everything in life. Please, 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 do not be these type of people. Therefore, if you have any of the following with your partner, please try save your relationship. AKA, you have fun together, you are on the exact same page of where you want to go and where you want to be, you have been through worse times or difficult times at all, and finally, you are at your very best with them as well. Best of luck, and thank you so much for watching.